Because I'm a Yoruba man, and I can say it to you boldly, confidently, that from Tifnumbu and all of other rogues like him, they don't speak for me. They don't represent me. And I've proved that to you many times because they speak for themselves. They represent themselves. It will be so foolish of you to think you are a Yoruba man. I don't like the way they talk about Tifnumbu. You are abusing me, calling me name Mayegun because of Tifnumbu. Ṣáyé ò ti ta. Ayé yín ti ta. Ayé yín ti run. Just like eégún tó ń lé wèrè. You don't understand, and I will explain it to you. These personalities don't give a damn about you. These characters don't even acknowledge themselves or present themselves as Yoruba or Igbos. If una get sense, you will never have to waste your energy attacking yourselves simply because of the selfish interest of these rogues. But not be everybody get the sense, especially those of you that this guy, Osinwe ènìyàn said, "Ebi ti lu tiyín ta, ayé yín ti bàjẹ́."
ìyá ti fẹ́ fọ́ orí anybody. Ebi ti fẹ́ lu ayé wọn fọ́. Ebi ti yà wọ́n ní wèrè.
Ebi ti lu ayé yín fọ́. And let me tell you something, like those actors and those actors jumping up and down for politicians, even when many of them are just cut out to poverty themselves, yeah? It is the same thing for those of you who, because you want to prove in this contraption called Nigeria, you want to prove that your own thief is better than those ones thief. This one is this, the Igbos are this, the Yorubas are that, simply because una won't fight for who love Nigeria most. Ayé yín ti run sẹ́. I know as I'm telling you, you are saying it back to me. But between me and you, you are in Nigeria, in that contraption. Between me and you, talaye ẹ̀rún jù báyìí. I'm just saying it the way I feel like I should tell you. And I actually said that simply because you have every right to be mad, to be angry, to be raging. But the bottom line is this: you should be able to define your anger. You should be able to define the reasons why you are raging. And if the reasons why you are raging is because you feel like atole shaky, atole aṣíwájú àwọn olè, aṣíwájú àwọn gbéwìrì, aṣíwájú àwọn agbèrò, aṣíwájú àwọn atole ẹ̀yin wèrè alápámáṣiṣẹ́ yìí, ẹ̀yin wèrè olóòórùn yìí. If you are getting angry because of all these rogues, ayé ẹ ti run, mi ò ní yé rán ẹ létí. Students are at home right now. It doesn't really bother you, does it? 43% of you are currently unemployed. Does it really bother you? No. Your national grid for 200 million people can barely produce 10 megawatt electricity for 24 hours without collapsing. Are you not ashamed? You are in complete debt. Your currency is trash. Yeah? And as you are just existing for existence sake as a people. 43% unemployed. The way that some of you are going to be fighting yourselves for, tearing yourselves apart for. Ẹ̀yin olórí burúkú olóòórùn yìí, aláìlójútì, una no dey get shame. The way you are trying to tear yourselves apart for. I'm a Yoruba man. I can never let anybody insult Tifnumbu. The way is insulting you already. They are offering you agbado. 43% people unemployed. Do you know that number? It's practically saying that more than 100 million of you are currently jobless. Isn't it obvious? In a contraption that you are living in poverty, most of it poverty of the mind. Majority of you are so scared of poverty to even say the truth. They shame you. You see, they scare you. And you are old enough that you have become so shameless. And your shame is shaming us. Honestly speaking, we should tell you. Tifnumbu that you want to tear your clothes for. Are you listening? Diwere is in France right now, collecting injection from another French hospital where they are speaking French mixed with English. Diwere left Lagos, so left all of you Oponus, Oponu Ayeradas, left you right there. And there you are. I don't want anybody to insult Tifnumbu. If anybody insults Tifnumbu, they are insulting Yoruba. Sori o ti daru, agbalagba, adagbajera ofu, Oponu Ayerada. Àwọn olórí burúkú ọmọ àlè. Ìkan ń pè mí lọ́mọ àlè. Tí ò bá jáyé tó ti bàjẹ́. Ẹ̀rí báyé ti wá bàjẹ́ tán. Àwa ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa àwọn olórí burúkú. We are talking about these olórí burúkús that failed to actually build something that could take care of them, just the same way it will take care of all of us, all of you. They failed to do that. Are you with me? And they are not ashamed of it. You are living in that squalor. You are living in that poverty. You are scared of it. From that little stipend you are getting right now, it is that fear, that shame of poverty. And they make you no one talk the truth. We know your kind. Who is more than those who fail to build hospitals for you? They failed to build your roads. They failed to give you electricity. They failed to give your children education. They failed to build a society that could make you live a normal life. I'm saying this because if you are looking for the Omoalis, the real bastards Omoalis are the people who took you for granted. But who are you? Should I call you Omoale too? I shouldn't call you Omoale. I should just call you Obonu Ayerada. Obonu Dadandato. The people that fail to give you what should be yours, they have bought those for themselves. Ẹ̀yin olórí burúkú now jumped on social media. You want to make this Yoruba versus Igbo, Igbo versus Yoruba. Nikure. You did the same thing in 2015. Where did that lead us? Today, so many of you are jobless today. Beggars on social media, beggars offline, ass lickers for politicians, looking for what they call the vuvuzela job from the same rogues that stole your lives. And guess what? You don't even have any sense to think about it that way. Your life has been so mortgaged that all that comes to your mind is the Yoruba versus Igbo in the same contraption called Nigeria. Ayé yín ti rún, ó ti rún kọjá, be careful. Ẹ jẹ́ save àwọn ọmọ tó wà ńlẹ̀. I'm talking about the children that are probably the product of some of your waste souls. You don't think, and it is good for you to be reminded that think Nigeria is a failed place. The people that contributed to the failure, they are Yorubas, they are Igbos, they are Ijos, they are Ishekiris, they are Fulanis, they are Awusas, they are Ibibios, they are Idomas, they are Efiks. They are from every part of Nigeria. If you get sense, you will never jump into a bandwagon of Igbo versus Yoruba, Yoruba versus Hausa to bá nírònú, but no be all of una get sense. Ebi ti báyé yín jẹ́, òsínwó ènìyàn.
ìyá ti fẹ́ fọ́ orí anybody. Ebi ti fẹ́ lu ayé wọn fọ́. Ebi ti yà wọ́n ní wèrè.
Then you turn around, what they call the self-destruct is what many of you are doing. It is a choice. It is sort of a talent too, but you should also know that there are consequences for your action. I am not completely against whatever you want to do. I just don't like it when you turn around and then start pointing fingers for your failures. You know, And same thing for you as an Igbo man or Igbo woman, or whether you are using an Igbo name on social media, mokuna they give una self senses. If una get enough sense that you choose to go and follow this fraudulent charade called election, follow it with your chest. Are you with me? There is no point in trying to rob Tifnumbu, the shaky Kolu, rub it on the rest of the Yorubas, because there are Yorubas who have come out boldly to renounce the Wiri, who wants to be associated with the drug baron, the leaders of the Agberos. The society you see today in Yoruba land, that is not Yoruba society. That that actually represents us. These rogues, these criminals, they made this, and to make it is completely onto us. So Tifnumbu, there are many of us who knows the damages they have done. But look at me very well. Don't feel comfortable and feel like when you want to, if you have nothing to say about the Yorubas, or if you want to point, quickly trigger your own ethnic bigotry, the tribal bigotry in you, the uselessness that is in you, like others like you, if you want to target the Yorubas, then if you want to explode your own bigotry, what do? You look at Tifnumbu, and then you say, oh, look, this is why all the Yorubas are this. You are mad. I'm just here to tell you. Many of us know that the likes of Tifnumbu doesn't represent us. Same way, many of you will say the likes of Jenna Clifford, Jews or Kalu, and all those rogues, Okorosha and the rest of them, all those rogues that also they bear names like you. So if you deny them, and you are so happy that you are denying them, you should be ashamed of yourselves for turning around to look at Tifnumbu, the shaky that many reasonable people, I'm talking about reasonable, responsible people, have publicly said that they regretted for ignoring the likes of Tifnumbu for that long. Yeah, that's what happened in Yoruba land. We ignored their likes for so long, and now look at us. So stop using, don't hide behind what people say about Tifnumbu, then you hide behind that and use that to rub on the rest of the Yorubas. This is why the Yorubas are like that. You are mad. Maybe nobody has told you before. Tifnumbu doesn't represent me, and I'm a Yoruba man. Do you get that? All those murderous crowd, all those murderous criminals that loiter around him, and all the damages they have done in Yoruba land, they don't represent me. So when you open your dirty, stinking mouth and you want to say something about the Yorubas, I beg you to at least look at those who you think can match you responsibly, not the rogues that we have already discarded, we have sacrificed as burnt offerings. They don't speak for me, they don't represent me, and I'm a Yoruba man. Do you get that? So if your egotic bigotry in you, that bigotry in you as an Igbo man, if you want to look for where you want to take express don't use Tifnumbu as an example. Just come out clean and tell us what you feel about the Yorubas. Don't use Tifnumbu. Don't use all these rogues. Do you get me? Come clean. Because even within us, we know the rogues who are also the ass lickers of Tifnumbu, the ass lickers of Tifnumbu, who are pretty much like the dredge of our society. They don't represent us. They don't speak for us. And it's a matter of time, they will all go into extinction soon. So don't hide behind Tifnumbu is this or that and start abusing the Yorubas and say it's because they said something about we know the Wiris, the Alakpama Shishas in Yoruba, the lazy bombs, the crumb beaters, ass slickers. I'm talking about the political jobbers in Yoruba land. We have old ones, we have the young ones. They lick the asses of politicians, and we know them very well. They sing their praises, not because of anything, because of what they want to eat on. So when the whole house come crashing, when the consequences of their political choices comes calling, right? They don't blame themselves, they blame everyone. And we know some of them in Lagos, jobless, lazy, jobless young people. They were made jobless by the same deity, the same Tifnumbu that they want to worship. They made them jobless. They made them unproductive. They made them uneducated. so that they would never, ever be able to actually fend for themselves legitimately without having to be all risers. They don't speak for me. They don't represent me. Do you get what I mean now? They don't represent me. So we know the responsible Igbos who also understands this very well. So I'm speaking to some of you who are bigots because I read about you all the time. Every small thing. Yorubas are that. That's why the Yorubas are this and that. There are Yorubas who understands better, and we are many. We are so many. And you are just pretending not to know us. Tifnumbu and gang, back at home, we have these jobless lazy rogues. After they made them jobless, useless, and poor, they look for who to blame. Do you get that now? They look for who to blame. Who in his own right senses, person where they work, you are doing your normal job, earning your normal living, then you turn around and say, hey, the reason why power no dey my house so that because say Igbo people dey Lagos, no be mental problem with that. You can't have a real life, have a real job, and then you will wake up one day, you as a Yoruba man, and you begin to do Igbo versus Yoruba because of politics. We know that is what Tifnumbu represents. So you're going to see increase in that in this their campaign. But who get job? Who has a real job? Well, look at them. They are political jobbers. After the failure of their political choices, they look for who to blame. So don't let them drag you into Igbo versus Yoruba, Igbo versus this and that. It don't make any sense. So now all these political jobbers are going to push that. If you enter the same argument with them, you can't say, now them cosa. Now because of what that Igbo man said, that's why I have to respond. If you get sense, number one, you realize that it is actually a no-brainer at all for any Yoruba man to go somewhere and say, oh, they are saying something about Tifnumbu and they are attacking Yoruba. That is why I went there to go and attack Igbo. No, you didn't go there to attack the Igbos because they are attacking Tifnumbu. You went there to attack the Igbos because you saw an opportunity. You are a bigot, even though you are a Yoruba man. And Mayegun, can't you caution all these Yorubas what they are saying about the Igbos? All this nonsense they are saying about the Igbos, all because of Tifnumbu. That's why I attacked the Yorubas. You are a bigot. You are just as dumb, as foolish, as pretty much as whatever name I can call you. You are just as stupid as any one of those Yorubas who are also attacking the Igbos. You are as dumb as them. Just come out. You are a bigot. You are an Igbo bigot. You own it. Hold your medal. You are just looking for an excuse to attack the Yorubas. And Tifnumbu is an opportunity. And Tifnumbu's rogues, they are the opportunity to let you come and speak your mind. So don't give excuses. I read at them, I just feel like, no, I just shake my head. Responsible people will not wake up any day and say, Igbo versus Yoruba. You take Chris? Why is Igbo versus Yoruba always pop up every time you want to have election? You know they use your senses? Let the Yoruba endorse Yoruba. Let the Igbos endorse Igbo. Let the Hausa and Fulani endorse Hausa Fulani. But you, the same you will jump out and say, one Nigeria, one Nigeria. Are you not mad? You see, me, I'm not a psychiatrist too. Honestly speaking, if I'm doing a counseling job for those with mental health problem, I can categorize your madness. Seriously. And right there, you will agree with me, say, it's true. Dr. Mayegun, I think I agree. I get mad, I get mental problem. I know normal. I'm a Yoruba man. Tinubu is our man. All the Igbos, they should go to hell. They should go and get Biafra. They should go for Biafra. They are useless, this and that. And then you see those who say, hey, no, the Igbos should present the next president. Even a Yoruba man was saying it too. The person will campaign for change. Listen to this, I'm coming back home.
Come 2023, number one, we as Yorubas, I cannot betray fellow Yoruba man. I'm first a Yoruba man before I become a Nigerian. So I believe in the Yoruba people and I believe in our tradition. But what I mean is that in this 2023 election, if we want to be fair and we want to talk of zoning, the unwritten zoning because, as you know, people have said, okay, it's not constitutional. I agree with that. It is true, it's not constitutional. Some people have said zoning will not give you the best. I agree. But for fear of justice and fair play, and that's why I'm saying that even my big brother, Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu, if I were him, I would not run for the election. I will not run for the election. I will encourage my brothers from the East. We are friends, we are the same, we are from the South. We have had our own shot, South have had their own shot. I will encourage the Easterner to do so. This is what I would have done. Even both political parties should bring their candidates from the Southeast. Just like we did in 1999, that we brought both Obasanjo and Falaye, just to give the Southwest that comfort that we are part of us, even if the election was annulled, we don't hate you as a region. So the two major political parties brought out these two people. And I think that's what we should do for the Southeasterner. I believe so. Even without saying anything, my vote will go to Southeast. It doesn't matter how.
That's a Yoruba man, no? So if you think I'm just talking something that, you don't know what you are talking about, ask your Igbo brother to tell you the meaning. You decrease. There are Yorubas who are reasonable people. Reasonable. Enough to tell you that, listen, in my own opinion, if all of us want to be honest, and all of us no be say we dey mad, can't they pretend say we dey normal? One country. But it's not one. So that's the fact. It is not one. Now only madman or mad people go, they tell you, say, let us all come together and be one. But guess what? They are more divided than you can imagine. They are doing Yoruba versus Igbo, Igbo versus Yoruba, Igbo versus this, Hausa versus this and that. Unboot slaves, so they do Igbo versus Hausa, Hausa versus Igbo, this and that. But they will tell you, yeah, the Yoruba should endorse Tifnumbu now. Some even said Yoruba should endorse Tifnumbu. So there shouldn't be any crime in that, Abi. Yeah, sure. Peter Obi is from the eastern Nigeria. Peter Obi, let all the Biafrans endorse Peter Obi now. And let all of the other ones endorse Atiku now and save us all this stress. So Oyamo would they go our different ways. So now there Wahala started. They can't speak grammar. It is unconstitutional. It is one Nigeria, Iro. Luri Iro. People like us knows in Luri Iro. We just don't want all of you to continue to hide behind your bigotry. The obvious fact that if you have a chance to break up Nigeria tomorrow, majority of you, you will file in and say, oh yeah, we'll break them up. So why are you pretending? A Yoruba man wants Yoruba to be president. To him, that is equity, that is fairness, that is patriotism. An Igbo man, Igbo woman want an Igbo man or Igbo woman to be president. If you want us to say we are part of the contraption, no, it's not going to happen. No. That's not going to happen. You must fight for it and the rest of all those bullshit that they put together. When indeed, we are suspicious of ourselves. So what is one in that Nigeria then? What is one? Absolutely nothing is one. But you see, the obedient, they are different species, so they are like, a different breed. The obedient. They said, no. Obi is for one Nigeria. Peter Obi is not for just Igbo, Yoruba, or Hausa. He is for everybody. But guess what? Even among themselves, they are walking on eggshells. You know what that means? Eggshells, right? Everybody knows it and they're different too. When a Yoruba man that is endorsing Peter Obi, when he wants to talk, he will say, my name is Adegoke Adedeji. I'm a Yoruba man. I am endorsing Peter Obi for president. Why is he saying he's a Yoruba man endorsing Peter Obi? Is that not to clear that kind of stereotyping, Abi? It is there psychologically. Nigeria is not one. You know it, but you are telling yourself, trying to tell yourself, tell your brain that it is one. With Peter Obi, Nigeria can be one. When you see a Fulani from the north endorsing Peter Obi, he will say, my name is Usman Abubakar. I am a Fulani man. I am obedient. I am endorsing Peter Obi. Why? Is he identifying as a Fulani man from northern Nigeria endorsing Peter Obi? Is because of where Peter Obi comes from. Stop lying to yourselves. This is that reality. And that is exactly what some of you are trying to be politically correct about. What do you get when you try to be politically correct? You get the same thing. You lie to yourselves. But when you lie to yourselves, right, you get the result of lies. And that result is not always very rosy, the same way you are envisaging it. Same way you lied to yourselves in 2015 when this change mantra was everywhere. Yes, we need to, you were lying to yourselves. Nigeria is not one until that fundamental point is clarified, is sorted. You are lying to yourselves. Why do you have to say you are from Fulani, not down for Peter Obi, this one for that, this one for that? Why? Because you have to say it in order to convince other people that there are people who can love Peter Obi, an Igbo man from outside Igbo land, without thinking or looking at his background. Yes, there are people everywhere. I will be one of those that will look at Peter Obi without saying Peter Obi is from Igbo land. But can I genuinely, in all honesty, say to myself that when I heard the name Peter Obi, what sounds? It sounds from where it comes from. That is something they are telling you never to ever pay attention to. But guess what? It is the same thing that has kept Nigeria apart because they don't want to talk about it. There were Yorubas who were singing and singing, singing for Bokwari in 2015. They made songs, they made things, and all of that. And it was pretty much like a picture of a united country who wanted a change, who wanted this and that, but it wasn't. It was a fluke, a pure fiction of promises, so to say. So the fundamental thing that has kept us really, really apart is what they call diversity. You don't manage diversity by telling people to keep short from discussing their differences. In diversity, before you say you want to milk a diversity, you possibly should at least have build on your differences. In Nigeria, we don't build on that. They milk the differences and widen the gap and keeps us apart and continue to chase a shadow like we do all the time. So as their own house of cards are collapsing, falling apart, yeah, people are taking their own positions on other things that they believe will work for them. Among them, we have the Biafra, we have the Yoruba nation, we have others. Because no matter how long they try to hold on to this rickety, collapsing contraption, yeah, it is eventually going to collapse. Okay, the house is going to collapse, and there will be new nations that are going to be built from the rumbles, or let me say from the rumble. So no matter how long it takes, it is pretty much like kicking the can down the road. In the face of insecurity, in the face of economic collapse, in the face of corruption, monumental generational corruption, in the face of completely lost human rights and all that, it is just a matter of time before the whole house comes crashing. By then, I hope you would have grown up enough to tell yourselves or been bold enough to tell yourselves or tell ourselves the truth of why this whole thing seems not to be working, and it will never work. But as for me, listen to me, oh, you're not just supposed to say for every decision or every choice you make, there will be consequences and consequences of such decisions. It is not hard. And when the consequences of those your actions or decisions comes back, biting, I am just here to remind you that don't blame people. Don't blame people for your own maybe ignorance, maybe your own selfishness or whatever. The choice before you is the choice of life and death. You can choose life if you choose Yoruba Nation. You can choose life if you choose a Biafra referendum. Of course, you can choose otherwise. If you keep this contraption together in your own delusioned mind, it is all about time. I am not here to discourage you. Do you? Do your thing. If you think that exact move, obedience and the rest, you are doing well. Omoyele Sowore, the AAC, consistency, by the way. Sowore picked his own deputy or vice president today. Quite fair enough. You have all your choices before you. I just don't want you to think anyone who didn't make those choices for you is going to be responsible for the consequences of all those decisions and choices. That's why, whether you like me or not, I have made my own choice. I have believed in my own choice. I have decided to work with others who also pretty much believe in the democratization and the legitimacy of our own choices too. I respect your choice. Should be an election of your thieves or otherwise is your paramount, goal. Mine is to end the system that continually make me a second-class citizen in a place where I'm supposed to be living as a first-class citizen in my own country, Yoruba land. So I have that as a legitimate move that I love to preach about. You should not be hostile towards us so that we are not hostile towards you too. And just like I said, if your choice is to go ahead with your bogus charade election, go for it. But when the consequences of that choice comes biting, do not blame it on tribe. Do not blame it on religion. Do not blame it on any ethnic or give it any ethnic coloration. Own your own decisions. Own your own consequences. Because all of this that all of you are doing, there are consequences. So, if Numbu is your president, go for him. Shina Atiku, you think is going to come and save you from this contraption, go for him. Do you think Peter Obi is the one that will actually bring everything back to what you think? Go for him. It is your choice. But please, when people choose Biafra, when people choose Yoruba Nation, respect that too. Because for every decision in my own book, there is a consequence or consequences too. And you should be able to own your own consequences as well. I have chosen something that I believe strongly in, that no matter how long they play you, no matter how long you make yourself available to be played by the system that is never put together for you, a system that is put together to snuff life out of you, to snuff life out of your own children, the one that has proven again and again and again that doesn't give a damn about you. If your choice is to keep it alive, like I said, you should be bold enough to live with the consequences. When the consequences comes biting, do not blame it on Yorubas. Do not blame it on the Igbos. Do not look for somebody else to blame it on. Be bold and courageous enough to hold your own ground. As for me and for my friends, we choose Yoruba Nation and we will defend Yoruba land. We will support the Yoruba land. It is our own call, or should I say our own calling, our own choosing. It is legitimate. It is noble. It is honest. It is humanitarian, and then real. If you have no empathy, you probably will feel comfortable supporting and promoting the same hegemony that has kept us in perpetuity of a lack and want and poverty, and this recently of terrorism that could take you and I away just any moment they wish. But before they take us away, before they kill us eventually, yeah, before that happens, I beg of you, choose your battle carefully. And when you choose those battles, be very, very responsible for your choices. To my friends on Mayegun's Diary Political, we choose Yoruba first. And for the Yoruba actors, Yoruba artists that choose Tifnumbu, it is their right. Do not waste your saliva. Do not waste your energy. Do not brood over them. Do not, I mean, do not waste any kind of nerve or vein in you trying to explain why should they go and support the same person who supported the system in the same state for over 23 years, but they have no single healthcare policy that could even take care of those who are actors themselves, not to talk of the man that they said is bringing them the fortune, is bringing them the good life in Yoruba land. The man that couldn't have access or couldn't build a medical facility that could take care of him. Is that not a shame? Well, again, it is their choice. Respect that. Just same way some of you have chosen Atiku. I they respect you. All of you where they choose Peter Obi, obedient. Now believe say you won't save Nigeria. I respect you. I just want you to know that with those choices comes responsibilities and consequences of them too. I'm only asking you to respect those who choose to be Biafrans and continue to promote and campaign for the emancipation, the self-determination, and self-independence of the people of Biafra and Yoruba nation. You just need to up your game for what you believe in. Go for it and stay with that. Are you with me? In whatever you believe in, stick to it. Now everything get lifespan. Oh, you see these same people who were shouting change in 2015. Eh? Some of them they regretted few months after they called for change. Some didn't. They jumped up again in 2019 and they asked for next devil. And those who ask for next devil and those who ask for change, everybody don't collect. Now everybody go reach. The thing where they ground right now everybody go collect. Actors who can't afford medical bills in the future, let him continue to shout Awalokan. Abi, are they not the same people who shouted their change? Were they not the same people who shouted their next devil? I mean, somebody did the calculation and they said that if you manage to get 10,000 naira as a political electoral bribe, one thing is this: it's going to be 7 naira a month for the next 8 years. Just own up to your choices and don't turn around tomorrow, okay? Like you have been doing for Bokuari, and start blaming people for why Bokuari couldn't give you what you are jumping up and down 7 years ago, telling yourselves that they were going to turn Nigeria to Dubai. Look at your life. Look at what they have turned your lives into. Look at what they have turned Nigeria into. So continue to choose your own poison. Eat them as you like. You know they come out CC from my own wallet. Oh, you know that. Oh, they come out money from my wallet anyway. But whatever you do in Nigeria never really affects me, either security wise financially, health-wise, everything that they have denied you in Nigeria is what I have access to here in the UK because I work hard for my money. I pay my tax. The government that takes my tax, they provide me everything that will keep me away from poverty. I don't have to go and empty my savings to pay for any medical emergency. Never. Not for any member of my family, not for myself. If I won't die, I go just die. We go say, okay, I don't die. But if anything, we say won't kill me, can't go delay small. NHS in the UK that has been collecting my tax for the past 10 years now, they will take care of me. Even if I will eventually die, I won't have to suffer. I won't have to beg. I won't have to come on social media and say, come and pray for me. Because I they look for money to come and change my kidney, I be change my spinal cord, or anything. If I won't die, I would die. Because not because I have no money, not because of I have no medical access, not because say, more, I won't die with that, don't die with that. Many of you will never have that choice. Many of you are just a single sickness away from poverty, where you begin to sell your cars, when you begin to sell your houses, when you begin to sell your jewelries, when you begin to sell your land, when you begin to take loans, when you begin to beg politicians to save you because they want to take you to India. So elections have consequences. That is why if I tell you, it is not because if you do what I say, you want to save me. You are not saving me. You are not helping me. Okay? If you vote for Atiku, if you go and do this their bogus election and you choose Kolu and you choose Tifnumbu, you are not helping me or you are not hurting me. That's the point. I am trying to let you know that there is consequences for that. When that time comes, I don't want you to turn around and say, now village people, they do you. You see, your decision self will affect the people in the village. You know that. All your decision in 2015, all your decisions in 2019, and every other decision you've been making politically in Nigeria, that has led you into further poverty, oppression, suppression, recession, terrorism, and all of that. They have been reflecting on the lives of the people who are in the villages, the village people. You know, they affect me. Have you not noticed? Whether you like it or not, Mayegun, Tifnumbu is going to be the next president. Of course, go for it now. People said the same thing to me in 2015. Whether you like it or not, Buhari is going to be president of Nigeria. I say, okay, you are not helping me. You are not doing me. I don't know if you understand. You are not helping anybody and you are not doing anybody. Okay? If you go on and you choose Obi and Peter Obi comes, and he just turn your Nigeria to Dubai, where nobody go stone you again in the name of Allah, where nobody will cut off your head in the name of jihad, and the rest of all those. If it be do that, no be me you dey help. Now yourself you dey help. Shey you know. At least me personally, okay, personally, you are not helping me. If you decided that you want to go for Tifnumbu, the Jaga banditi, the Jaga addicti, the Jaga baronu, the aṣíwájú àwọn olè, aṣíwájú àwọn agbèrò, aṣíwájú àwọn atọ̀ọ́lé, Mr. Shaky Shaky, you are not doing me. You are not helping me. Now your poison. Make una drink am. So that's the point some of you don't understand. And I think you should. You see those uncles and aunties who stayed abroad. Now them you supposed to get catapults and stone. You stone them and say, are you on the dante? Auntie Tommy, you lied to me in 2015. You said once we all come together with Kolu, Pastor Ruga, everybody, our life go day better. Auntie, you stay back in Canada since 2015.